we're going to learn how to make tongue so everybody doesn't stick their tongue out and go, ew! We're going to make tongue, and we're going to make it in a nice way. Everybody will go, mmm. I think the secret to making tongue, ladies and gents, is don't tell people. Tastes just like beef tips. What I'm going to do is take the tongue and unwrap it, and then I'm going to put it in a crock pot. So I'm going to open this. So this is what a tongue looks like. It basically looks like a tongue. And yes, it's sort of nasty. It you know, nasty looking anyway. But when you're done cooking this, you'll pull the skin right off. It's just going to be a great big piece of meat. Okay. Look at that. Hello. Well, I guess we shouldn't play with our food. Alright, we're going to put it in a crock pot. That's all. Just put it in a crock pot. And then you all will notice I love to use canning jars for measuring cups. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 1.5 pints of water. Alright, maybe 1 3/4 of water in there. Alright, I'm going to plug it in and I'm going to set it high for a while. So there we go. And I don't have a lid, so I put some aluminum foil on it. And like I said, that's about 2 pounds of solid beef that I'm going to have when that's done. And if you're not real fussy on the body part, you know, you can get your meat quite cheap. Oxtails and tongue really are not expensive, and most people just give it to you. If you know somebody who's getting a beef slaughtered and butchered, ask them if they eat their tongue. They'll probably say, oh, do you want it? Say, sure. We're talking about 2 pounds of good beef. Okay, after about 4 hours, you turn off the heat. Then I let this cool down a little bit, and we'll pull the tongue out. I want to show you something. You just take a piece, pull this off. This is the skin of the tongue. Look how easy that is. I did not cut that. I did not touch that. I didn't do anything to it. You take this. It's like a piece of leather. It feels like a piece of leather. Okay. Just has a this is solid meat now. See this? It's like a stringy meat. Alright. So what you have here is a nice full 2 pounds of pure beef. What other people throw away, look at that, beautiful beef. Just beautiful. What other people throw away, you can enjoy. Sometimes to save money, we need to look other places. Now what I'm going to do is make big cuts like this. And we're going to make a gravy. Nobody is even going to know this was a tongue unless you decide in some sadistic way that you have to tell them. What they're going to have is pieces of beef. Look at, they're so good. That is so good. If you can get over the mental idea of that being a tongue, just psychologically, you have yourself some really, really good meat. And you know, I never even told my kids they were eating tongue for years. I never told my husband either. I remember this one, no, it was a meat market. They actually sold these things for $1 a piece. Well, we ate a lot of beef. And my family never had any idea that's what they were eating. There's nothing wrong with not telling people things as long as there's nothing wrong with the food. Now look at that. All those nice big chunks of beef. I'm going to put that in a gravy. We're going to put that on top of noodles. Yum! First things first, I'm going to put some butter in the pan. I'm going to let the butter melt, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to fry up some onions. I'm going to make a beef and onion gravy, and then I'll add my beef to it. You'll see. So first we let the butter just melt. Then I'm going to take 4 nice big onions and I'm going to slice those up. Now as far as the onions go, you don't have to be perfect about slicing them up. I'm not going to be. If it takes too long, I don't want to make it. You know, I keep my special foods for weekends. This is a weekday. I made my tongue last night. I put it in the refrigerator while I was at school today. I come home, you saw what I did. I cut it up. Now I'm going to peel my onion. I'm going to just chop it up in chunks is basically what I'm going to do. I'm just going to chop it up in chunks. I'll show you what I'm going to do. Oh, Pete's sake. Usually I can get a onion peeled like there's no time at all. I'm just going to slice it up all different ways. The point is I just want some onion in my gravy. Okay? I'm going to take the onion, turn you around. I'm going to put it in the pan. And I'm going to do this with all of my onions. Now I have 4 onions chopped up in there. These weren't real big onions. They were about medium onion. But that's what I want, is a bunch of onion in my pan. We're going to fry that up, like caramelize them a little bit. Now we cook up the onion. It's going to take a good 10 minutes to get our onion nice and brown. And while that's cooking, I'm going to go look around the refrigerator and see what else is in there to cook with dinner. I swear, I think onion is our best friend. Onion, I make a liver and onions with a gravy, a brown gravy, that a lot of people don't even believe is liver. Now, I don't think you can mask the taste of liver any real way other than everybody will know it's liver, but I have people that hate liver, eat my liver and onions, and they'll ask me for more. So you see how this is cooking up in the pan? We want to caramelize that. That means it's going to get brown, a little bit brown, but not burnt. It's just going to have a nice sweet flavor. These are my own onions out of my yard. We did have a good crop this year, thankfully. Okay, I put about 2 tablespoons of bouillon, beef bouillon in, and here we go with my full pint of water. I'm going to put that in there. I'm going to stir that up. See how nice that's looking? Just a little bit. We're not going to drown our beef in gravy. We're just going to flavor it. Alright. Now we're going to take that cut beef, the tongue. There you go. And we put it in there. And we stir it up. And we're going to let that all cook together for a while. Get that beef nice and hot. And while that's happening, I'm going to cook some noodles. Look how beautiful that is. So you know what? I want a little something different. So I'm going to put some cream in it. Not a whole lot, just a little bit. Because I'm going to make biscuits too. So I put a little cream in here, and I went ahead and put a little sour cream in here. So this is getting to be a rather strange dish. Maybe like sauerbraten? No. We'll figure out what it is. I just put in a few teaspoons of sour cream on top of the cream. Do you see how nice and thick that's getting? Oh yeah. That's going to be a very nice dish. And then I'm going to make my noodles in here. And I got my biscuits on my pan. This is going to make a nice, nice dish. Look how nice and thick that's getting. Just let it cook down. Sort of like you do with spaghetti sauce. Just let it cook down. Just want you to get a look at this. My onions, my meat. This has a wonderful flavor. Look how nice that is. I just cooked that down. Just let nature take its course. This would be wonderful in a Dutch oven. Now I threw a little bit of cream in there. You don't have to use cream. You can use a little bit of milk, or you didn't have to use milk at all. Could have just let it cook down the way it was with the beef bouillon and the onion. A little salt and pepper. So just let it cook up. I really overcooked my biscuits, so I think I'm only going to use the tops, but I don't tend to throw anything away. Everything else is cooked real nice. As you see, the beef and the gravy. That's tongue, don't forget. I got my noodles ready. Alright, I'm going to take some noodles. You know, I'm going to have to get one of those fancy tripods that I see so many people using, because that all looks nice. Now there's my noodles and biscuits. My husband is very hungry. He worked hard all day. I'm just going to use the same scooper. Scoop up some of that. There you go. Now, if you can honestly tell me that anybody would know that was tongue, well, my goodness, I'm not a bad person, but I would have to say, I think you're lying. No, that's a delicious meal, and we're going to have Ted try it in a minute, and we'll see what he thinks. And no, Ted does not know this is tongue. How is it, Ted?
This is very good. This is the best beef and noodles that you've made.
I would say Ted liked that. You like that, Ted?
This is very good.